born on this day. Frederick Courtney Selous, born December 31st, 1851, London. Hunter and explorer whose South Central African travels added substantially to knowledge of the country later known as Rhodesia. Henri Matisse, in full Henri Emile Benoit Matisse, born December 31st, 1869, Le Cateau, Picardy, France. Artist often regarded as the most important French painter of the 20th century. He was the leader of the Fauvist movement about 1900, and he pursued the expressiveness of color throughout his career. His subjects were largely domestic or figurative, and distinct Mediterranean verve presides in the treatment. George C. Marshall, who distinguished himself with his service in France during the First World War, but is better known as the commander of the United States forces during the Second World War and the author of the Marshall Plan, is born in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, on this day in 1880. Elizabeth Arden, original name Florence Nightingale Graham, born December 31st, 1884, Woodbridge, Canada. Canadian-born American businesswoman who developed a successful line of cosmetics and a chain of beauty salons and spas. On this day, in 1937, Anthony Hopkins, again take two. On this day, in 1937, Anthony Hopkins, who will become known for playing one of the greatest villains in the movie history, the cannibalistic serial killer Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs, and its two sequels, is born in Port Talbot, Wales. In addition to portraying Lecter, a role which earned Hopkins his first Academy Award, the versatile actor, considered one of the best of his generation, has appeared in a long list of films including Remains of the Day and Fracture. Alex Ferguson, in full Sir Alex Chapman Ferguson, by name Fergie, born December 31st, 1941, Glasgow, Scotland. Scottish football, soccer player and manager who was best known for managing Manchester United. Ferguson was the longest tenured manager in Man U history and led the club to more than 30 domestic and international titles, including 13 Premier League championships, 5 Football Association FA Cup victories, and 2 Champions League titles. Sir Ben Kingsley, original name Krishna Bahanji, born December 31st, 1943, Scarborough, Yorkshire, England. British actor recognized for playing a wide range of roles, including that of the title character in Gandhi, 1982, for which he won an Academy Award for Best Actor. Sai, also spelled Say, original name Park Jao Singh, born December 31st, 1977, Seoul, South Korea, South Korean singer and rapper, originally known in his country as a controversial and satirical hip-hop artist. He's achieved international fame in 2012 with the music video to his humorous pop song Gangnam Style, which ultimately received a record-setting 1 billion views on the video sharing website YouTube. Happened on this day. On this day in 1964, Donald Campbell breaks the world water speed record with his boat Bluebird on Lake Dumbleyung in Perth, Western Australia, the only man to break both land and water speed records in the same year. On this day in 1967, Evel Knievel fails in his attempt to jump the fountains at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, resulting in concussion that kept him laying in coma for 29 days with a crushed pelvis and femur, fractures to his hip, wrist and both ankles. On this day in 1968, the Soviet Union's Tu-144 supersonic airliner makes its first flight several months ahead of the Anglo-French Concorde. The Tu-144 so closely resembled the Concorde that the Western press dubbed it the Concordisky. On this day in 1999, the United States, in accordance with the Torrijos-Carter treaties, officially hands over control of the Panama Canal, putting the strategic waterway into Panamanian hands for the first time. Crowds of Panamanians celebrated the transfer of the 50-mile canal, which links the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, and officially opened when the SS Archon sailed through on August 15, 1914. Since then, over 922,000 ships have used the canal. Deaths on this day: Rick Nelson, in full. Eric Hellier Nelson, also called Ricky Nelson, died December 31st, 1985, DeKalb, Texas. American singer and actor, one of rock music's first teen idols. Nelson gained fame on his parents' television series, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, which embodied middle American values in the 1950s and early 60s. Donald Edwin Westlake, American writer, died December 31st, 2008, San Antonio, Mexico. Attracted a wide readership as well as great critical acclaim with his stylish crime novels, which numbered more than 100. Among the author's best-known characters was the hapless thief John Dortmunder, the protagonist of such novels as The Hot Rock, Bank Shot, Why Me?, and What's So Funny? Finally, with Edward Kirk Herman, American actor, died December 31st, 2014, New York City, New York State. Possessed a commanding presence and authoritative voice Possessed a commanding presence and an authoritative voice that led him to be often cast as a wealthy, powerful man. He was especially adept at portraying U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt in various made-for-TV movies and in the musical film Annie in 1982, as well as providing the voice for FDR in Ken Burns' TV documentary The Roosevelts: An Intimate History.